This is how to install a liquid cooler in your PC, gaming PCs. Mine is. Just got a cheap liquid cooler on Amazon. They're very inexpensive. Price changes all the time, so you'll just have to check and see for yourself how much they are. It comes with a large fan, and this is the radiator fan. And the actual cooler, it's a closed system, so you don't have to worry about any water or any leakage or anything like that. It's the radiator. And then the cooling block right there that attaches to your CPU. It's pretty simple to install. It's a little bit harder than doing a normal CPU fan, but not a whole lot harder. First you got to take your motherboard out of your PC and take all the components off of it. Makes it easier. And then you have to remove the existing CPU mount, fan mount. It just unscrews on most boards. You're going to flip your motherboard over, and then the kit comes with a mounting plate, has screws, and then you place it in the bottom, and it goes through the existing holes. Put your CPU in, and clean it off if you need to. I had goop from the old one. Put some new thermal paste on. We'll do that in a second. Right now I'm put the bracket over the CPU cooling block from your water cooler. It just fits right over it. There's nothing special at all there. It's kind of a no-brainer. Peel the sticker off. If you don't do that, it'll ruin your CPU. Now you put the thermal paste on. Thermal paste is misunderstood by most people. You don't want to put very much on. In fact, you want just a little bit on. It's actually, all it does is fills in the void between the metal, two pieces of metal that are touching. You don't want any air because the air is a good insulator. So the thermal paste just is supposed to fill in any voids, even to the microscopic level. So a very small amount, very thin layer. Too much and it'll actually cool worse than without it. You just place your block on top of the CPU and screw it down. You screw it down in a pattern that's in the directions. The directions for this kit was awful. It was just pictures. But you start on each corner, and there's a pattern for tightening it down to make sure you don't crack anything. It's pretty easy. Then you gotta mount the radiator to your case. Oh wait, you gotta mount the fan to the radiator. It's pretty simple. Just screws. It's kinda hard to mess up. Probably should have done this before I mounted the CPU block to the motherboard. But I didn't, so this works. Be careful with the tubes, they're just plastic. I guess you could poke a hole in them. Then you mount the radiator to the case. And once you've done that, you are done. Well, you gotta plug in the fans. The radiator fan plugs in the CPU fan slot. And the pump plugs into the system fan slot. Don't get those mixed up, because that's important. And the instructions don't tell you about that. This is my old temperatures. You can see I was running very hot, and this is my new with it running. I can't make my CPU go over 45 degrees Celsius. So huge improvement, and it's much, much quieter.